So I thought this magpie video that we watched about a week ago was unbelievable. It showed just how smart they were. It showed them dive bombing people. But there were people in the comments that said that there was a better one by the Backyard Naturalist, which of course we did the video, Australia's Most Common Birds, and it was awesome. So people say that this channel is quintessential Australian. So we're going to be looking at the magpie a little more today. Australian magpies, everything you never knew. I'm super looking forward to this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. By the way, this was a recommendation by Deb Smith. She also recommended the Australians' Most Common Birds. So before we get going here, go ahead and like the video. Let's see what we can see.
Do you communicate with family members through song? Have you ever eaten earthworms for sustenance? Are you tempted to plunge upon your enemies from great heights? Then you might have something in common with the Australian magpie. These flying Oreos are known for their complex harmonies, but they're smart cookies too, able to recognize over 100 different human faces. In this video, we're going to learn a little bit about these creatures and why they're considered to be one of
able to recognize over 100 different human faces. I mean, I think it's kind of amazing if they can just recognize one, but over 100, man. And they're so much bigger than the ones that we saw when we were watching The Detectorist. So I guess those are considered like UK magpies or something, but they're a lot bigger than those.
In this video,
oh, it's pretty too. Look at that. I want a pet magpie. Well, I know it might not be a good idea, but hey, I don't know.
We're going to learn a little bit about these creatures and why they're considered to be one of Australia's most iconic birds.
Wow.
In a grand old British tradition of unimaginative names for exotic animals, the bird was named the magpie, after its European namesake. Despite its similar colouring, it has no relation to the Eurasian species. Their actual closest relatives are two fellow Australian birds, the currawong, a highly underrated bird in my opinion, and the butcher bird. The less said about you, the better. Magpies are also often...
The less said about you, the better. They look huge right there. Like, this looks like a I was gonna say eagle, but I guess they don't look that big, but they look pretty big.
And the butcher bird, the less said about you, the better. Magpies are also often mistaken from a distance with these guys, magpie larks, or as they're otherwise known, peewees.
Wait, is that what I saw in the UK? Magpie lark, maybe?
Were once thought to be 3 separate species of magpie, but now they're considered to be just one, with 9 subspecies. You don't need to know all of them, but there is a distinction between the northern black-backed magpies, which are smaller, and the southern white-backed ones, who are larger. Magpies are a tastefully thick bird, at around 40 centimeters long on average, with wingspans up to 85 centimeters. Their most distinctive feature is of course their striking black and white plumage. Youngsters tend to have more grey mixed in with their feathers. This one's a female, and how do I know that? What gives it away is the nape. It's white in males and grey in females. Maggies have a lifespan of around 25 years, although some have been reported to live up to 30 years of age.
I don't know about bird life and life expectancy, but that seems pretty long. 25 to 30 years? Wow.
Long enough to ponder what you're actually doing with your life.
Yeah. Habitat.
The Aussie magpie has managed to conquer just about every corner of the Australian continent, except for the top end, the big old deserts, and this specific area of Tasmania. What actually goes on here?
Okay, I don't wait. Tasmania. That whole island is Tasmania? Sorry, I probably should know that. It's not but I don't know. I think so. I don't think I knew that. Okay, let me just go back.
And the big old deserts, and this specific area of Tasmania. What actually goes on here. It's just one of life's mysteries. The magpie's most favorite habitat type are open grasslands dotted with tall trees. They use the trees for nesting and the grasslands for grazing on bugs. Humans, cheeky little buggers, have unwittingly created the perfect magpie habitats by building parks and golf courses with these exact conditions. Who's controlling who?
Okay.
The English bird fancier John Gould is quoted as saying, "To describe the note of this bird is beyond the power of my pen." I'm sure he sounded like that. It's hard to argue with Mr. Gould. Magpies
wow. I just can't get over how big that bird is.
Have a complex song which can vary as much as 4 octaves in pitch. In Latin, the magpie's biological name, Gymnorina tibicen, literally means bare-nosed flute player. The magpie can mimic over 30 species of birds, as well as other animal calls and even human sounds like this.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This magpie is incredible. So they can recognize 100 faces. They can mimic over 30 like voices or sounds and humans. What is happening? Hold on.
Over 30 species of birds, as well as other animal calls and even human sounds like this. Magpies have a number.
Oh, cool. What? Like a siren? Wow. Hold on.
Sounds like this. Magpies have a number of different calls for different purposes. You might think this one is a lovely morning song.
Yeah.
But it's actually a territorial claim meant for other magpies. Basically, this is our turf. Piss off. This one means danger. And if you're a parent, you already know what this one means. Diet. Magpies are omnivorous. Their diet is perfectly balanced and contains all the main food groups: insects, small lizards, mice, nuts and seeds, and even other bird eggs. Magpies will stride.
Okay. I think I saw in the comments people said stop feeding them bread because they don't eat bread. But let's look. What insects, lizards,
mice, nuts and seeds. And even other bird eggs. Magpies will stride along the ground searching for insects. A behavior you'll notice is that they cock their heads to the side before striking. This is because they can hear the sound of worms under the ground. They will also sometimes venture into open houses to beg for food. Now, it's not recommended to feed wild magpies, much like with the derros who hang around at the local train station. If they become accustomed to human handouts and
derros, I think I know what that means because I've been looking up Australian slang, and don't you put an O at the end of everything? So it's like derelict or something. You call it a derro, like for petroleum. Don't you call it petros or something like that? Or so I don't know. I think that's what that means. Derros. I think that's funny. Hold on, I need to go back to the derro.
The derros who hang around at the local train station, if they become accustomed to human handouts and the handouts stop, they can become aggressive. Although, between you and me, I do like to give them a cheeky feed now and again.
Okay. Behavior.
Magpies live in groups of up to 24 birds. And get this, the collective noun for magpies is tidings. Magpies are highly territorial birds. They reside all year round in territories that are viciously defended by all group members. As humans, we may not be able to see it, but there are invisible borders which the birds patrol. They also take hygiene very seriously and will often be found puffing up their feathers and using their beaks to remove parasites. Another behavior that I noticed was that they wipe their beaks repeatedly on branches and fence posts. It's generally accepted that this is a way of cleaning their beaks, but it could also be a way of sharpening them too. Magpies can recognize up to 100 unique human faces. They will know all the faces of the people who live in their local territory, and they can remember faces up to 5 years.
What? That's longer than me. Up to 5 years? Wow.
Because of this, treating magpies with respect will earn you their friendship. Equally though, if you treat them with disrespect, they will hold a grudge against you and be more likely to swoop you. Speaking of which...
Oh God, oh God.
Interestingly, magpies...
Hold on, before we go into that, I will say, I think in the comments, I did have some people who said that, they had stories of, magpie families that they've like almost treated like a pet. So probably because these magpies recognize their faces. So I don't know. I just think, I don't study a lot of birds. So maybe that's one reason I'm so, enamored by this bird, because I don't know about any other birds, but it just seems incredible that they do all these things. I guess I just think, I know one thing that people say a lot is like, if you're not smart, you have like a bird brain. So that kind of, to me, insinuates the birds are not generally smart, but these birds are.
Don't actually swoop that much.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Interestingly, magpies don't actually swoop that much.
Really?
Anticlimactic, I know. It's only the males that will swoop during the breeding season, and only 11% of them do it. And there are worse things than being swooped by magpies, like syphilis.
That was just like cinematic. He said it, it was funny, and then you had the cello playing right after. That was funny. Hold on.
Than being swooped by magpies, like syphilis. Let's talk about magpie sex, is a line that I often use to entice women into the bedroom with varying degrees of success. Magpies generally mate for life. If a male dies while there are chicks in the nest, the female will find a new mate. Her new partner will protect the babies, even though he's not genetically related to them. Female magpies lay 3 to 5 eggs, bluish green in color. It generally takes 20 days for the eggs to hatch. The chicks are fed by their mother and are able to fly in 4 weeks. But unfortunately, many don't make it this far and are killed by weather conditions, predators, and human activity. For the next 2 years, the young magpies are taken under the wing of their mother. She'll provide for and nurture the juveniles until they're eventually forced by their parents to leave home. They'll then join a group of up to 50 other single magpies, essentially a magpie share house. They'll stay here until they can gain a place in a new territory as an adult breeding bird.
Wow.
I had a lot of fun making this video. I spent over a month filming magpies in different areas, and I got to know my local magpies pretty well. It was just interesting observing the behaviors that I'd read about, and some that I'd never seen before. There's a lot to admire about magpies. They're curious, intelligent, and charismatic. It's not hard to see why they've had such a culture.
Oh, whoa! I gotta find that when we go
intelligent and charismatic. It's not hard to see.
Oh, wouldn't that be a cool picture for somebody like me? For you, probably not. It'd probably be weird because you have magpies all the time. But for somebody like me, that'd be a good picture. Where is this? Dr. Martin's. Since 1930. I guess I have no way of knowing where that is. But if it's somewhere that I visit, I'm going to take a picture in front of that. Watch.
See why they've had such a cultural impact in this country. That's all for this video, but before I go, I'm gonna leave you with some fun facts.
Okay, here we go. Whoa. Magpies are known to sunbathe in small groups when birds soak up the sun's rays. They enter a trance-like state. One man living in Canberra, who witnessed what he described as magpies holding court. Canberra is the capital. I might as well be Australian, but I watched a video on it. But anyway, okay, holding court. What? Oh, wow. He saw 10 to 20 magpies standing in a circle while one magpie stood in the center. The magpie looked scared, but didn't fly away. Individually, each magpie would step forward to peck the magpie in the center of the circle. After that, the magpies flew away, leaving the defeated magpie behind. Oh, whatever he did, he was guilty. Oh man, dang it, too slow. Okay, magpies have outwitted scientists by helping each other remove tracking devices. What the hell? Wow. Within hours, most of the other trackers had been removed. What? By day 3, even the dominant male of the group had his tracker successfully dismantled. What in the actual hell? Over 1,000 Australian magpies were introduced into New Zealand, really, from 1864 to 1874, but have subsequently been accused of displacing native birds and are now treated as a pest species. Oh man, come on. It's not their fault. They were sent over there, but I get it. The weak should fear the strong. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Oh, least conservation status, least concern. Oh. Wow. That was great. That was great. I did learn more about them. Those birds are smart. And this guy who made this video is amazing. How does he know all these things? That's unbelievable. But man, that was a great video. I really did like that one. So I don't know, you might be magpied out, but at least we got one more in. Now we'll move on to something else. Maybe something you suggest. If you have a suggestion, there's a bazillion animals in Australia. Maybe I ought to watch an Australian animal video or something. I don't know. There's a link down below for our recommendation form if you want to fill that out. And then Lisa or myself will do our best to take a look at it. And if I can react to it, I definitely will. That was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying my Australian journey here, having a great time. Hopefully you are enjoying it along with me. If you like that reaction and you want to see more just like it, then subscribe to the channel, man. It's easy and it's free. My name is Greg. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.